Welcome back. Today we are making one of my pre-celiac life favorites, lasagna. Of course, we're making gluten-free lasagna. And even better, today we are using my Instapot. If you do not have an Instapot, God bless you. I don't know what I did before this creation, but it is amazing. So with that said, we have a couple of different stations set up and different ingredients for our lasagna. We have the meat section over here, which is a 1 pound combined, half a pound of ground beef and half a pound of ground sausage. Really nice mix. About a half onion diced in some EVO, and let's add our meat. To your meat as your seasonings, half a teaspoon to a teaspoon at a time, depending upon if your cheese and your marinara sauce has salt in it. Be very, very liberal. Start small and then taste it later on. Combine your meat in the pot and add your seasonings. Onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of parsley, a little bit of oregano, a little bit of Italian seasoning, salt, and pepper. Again, like I said, a half of a teaspoon at a time. If you're using only one type of meat, then you want to make sure that the meat is broken apart so that you don't have huge chunks. If you're using two types of meat, you want to make sure that they are equally broken apart and mixed together so that you don't have a lot of one type of meat that's not mixed with the other meat. I like where that is right now, so I'm going to let that sit on a super low or just warm fire. And we can go ahead and mix our cheese together. For the cheese mixture, you are going to want half a cup of mozzarella. If you have to measure a half a cup of mozzarella, you're not doing it right. 1 egg, cup. That should be about good. Of the shredded Parmesan, 1 whole cup of ricotta. And about a cup of spinach, already wilted or cooked, however you like it, and chopped. Make sure that you chop it. Make sure that you wash it. Please, wash your greens. Let's mix that together. To this, we are going to add all of our seasonings. Salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, a little bit of Italian seasoning, and some parsley and oregano. Again, half a teaspoon at a time with the salt. That's good. Taste for salt. That's good. Now your Instapot. Most instructions will tell you to do your sautéing inside of the Instapot first. Drain the meat and then wash it and put it back into the container. Make sure you wash it and clean all of those little bits and pieces that tend to stick to the bottom of it if you are using the Instapot for sautéing. Reason I say that is it will go to burn. It does have a safety feature that will shut the machine off, but it will read burn if you leave those little bits and pieces in there. You're going to put at least 1.5 cups of water. I put a little bit more inside of the pot. Spray your pan first. And for today's recipe, we are using the Barilla gluten-free oven-ready lasagna. Very important when you're using the Instapot that you use the oven-ready lasagna. If you do not have access to oven-ready lasagna, please make sure that you have pre-soaked your regular lasagna sheets in warm or, a little bit warmer than warm water for at least 5 minutes, and then you're good to go. Your first layer will be your noodles, and then we'll put our pasta sauce, and then our meat, then our cheese, and repeat. Break these so that they fit into the bottom of the pan. I thank you all so much for watching my video. If you like it, please hit the like button below. If you'd like to see more, then subscribe and you'll be notified every time I upload a fresh video. So we're going to put more sauce on top. And we're getting full. And cover it with the rest of this cheese. Get this covered. There. Going to spray foil and make sure this guy is covered so the water inside the Instapot does not get inside of your lasagna. And this pot, by the way, is the 6 or 7 inch spring form. Fabulous. Okay. Your Instapot should come with this fabulous little tray with handles. This day is what it's used for. Put it like this inside of your Instapot. Put your lasagna on top of it. Carefully. Hear that sound? That means that your Instapot is now closed properly. Okay? On the front, let me turn this around. Hopefully it can be seen by the camera. We'll find out. You have all of your buttons, and you're going to turn on your pressure cook button, and depending upon where your number is on your timer, you're going to go up or down to 24 minutes. Okay, So you go up from 8, I'm on 8, so I'm going to go up to 9, and make sure that your top is set to sealing, not venting. So let's go up. Okay, and it's going to beep when it acknowledges that it has received your instructions, and there you go. Then it's going to change to on, and it's going to build pressure, and when it builds pressure, this button will pop up, and the number 24 will be on the front of the screen, and it will start counting down. When it finishes counting down to 0, you will hear another beep, and we'll come back then. Now that our Instapot has done the final beep, and you see the timer is at LO00, that means that your minutes have counted down to 0, and you have the option now to do a natural release or a quick release. A quick release would be if I were to move the valve from sealing to venting right now while this is still at 0 or 1. However, for this recipe, you want to do a natural release, which is allowing the machine to naturally release the steam inside of it, and we will use the counter on the front as now a counting up timer to 10 to 15 minutes. I personally like to let it stay the entire 15 minutes natural release. So we'll be back when this timer says L015. It's been 15 minutes. Our timer now says L015. Let's release the valve. And that was all you needed to do. Turn your top and open. The trivet that we put inside earlier is now what you can use to pull it out. I like to use a pair of tongs and my silicone pot handle holder. Make sure if you're using tongs that they have a nice big rubber silicone, end. Don't stick plastic in there. For that, there, is your lasagna. Release your spring form pan. Give a quick wiggle. And left. there is your Instapot lasagna. It's very heavy. Let's get rid of some things. You can pour out the water. That cuts so easily. It did not come out on the plate as pretty, but that's quite okay. It's very hot. That first bite is going to be very hot. Now, what you should do is not cut into it immediately. You should let it sit for about maybe another 5 minutes so it can set. I'm not waiting. That's so good. So full of flavor. The combination of the two different ground meats really bring the flavor out in each other. The noodles are very soft, and you can see they're, they have some movement to them. Al dente. Tastes just like lasagna noodles. Please try it. Let me know how yours come out. I'm going to finish this. Until next time.